Hey guys, this week's podcast guest is Mike Obarka, the executive chef of Ristorante Lombardo. Mike came down, talked about his love of Italian food, his start in the kitchen, and the growing success of Lombardo's. Let's get to it.
I wanted to start this by saying that the meal that me and Allie had at your restaurant was one of the best meals we've had in like probably a year. Like, it was fantastic.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Really, coming from other restaurant people, bloggers, writers.
It was we went in there like super high expectations. So there's kind of like a crazy backstory to like this podcast. I think you're the first guest that we've had people send emails saying you need to talk to Mike Obarka from Lombardo's. It might have been a buddy or something.
I saw that he was an old high school, actually my brother's high school friend.
Okay, yeah.
Then he sent me what he had showed over, and I was.
Yeah,
I really hope something comes of it, Spencer.
Yeah.
And he's not even in town anymore, so it was really just kind of strange for it to show up like that.
Yeah, and we had another person who mentioned, and so I think there's like two people who were like, you should really talk to Mike. And I talked to Kristen, she's like, dude, he's a hilarious dude. You're gonna love having him.
Yeah, I tend to get a little. I was gonna say, you throw Mike in front of my mouth, and I might get a little bit tight.
You've ever had.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. But the scotch will work.
But I wanted to eat at your restaurant before we talked because I didn't want to go in there and like. Because I knew we were going to write it up. So I wanted to have like an unbiased opinion and everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we went in there like super high expectations and it was fantastic. Like, and I don't say this a lot, but one of the best things I had was the salad. The avocado,
beet avocado?
Yeah, it was stupid good.
That thing's tight. And the funny thing is, I mean, all the flavors they match, it all works. You got the horseradish at the end. I mean, altogether, it's great, but it's a super healthy salad.
Yeah.
It's got to be by far the healthiest thing that we have on there with the beets and the avocados.
Yeah,
I mean,
I was shocked. Like, I passed over it, and our waiter was like, I think you should try that. And
why, were you going to get the Caesar?
I think I might have been.
Yeah, see.
I saw like
I
saw the show going on. Like I saw like the guys next to us. I was like, oh man, that's a nice show. And
Italian style shogun.
Yeah. And I was like, that avocado beet, that sounds good. And he's like, yeah, get it.
Yeah,
you should do it.
Yeah, it rocks. I actually had one yesterday.
Nice.
Well, not yesterday, Saturday.
Yeah. But yeah, it's I was a very little do is one of my favorite things at a restaurant, a salad. So great job with that, man. But yeah, me and my wife, she's been dying to go back. So how did you what was the start of your culinary world? How did you get going in this?
To be honest, I kind of fell into it. I was living with a bunch of buddies just out of high school. I wasn't going to college.
Yeah.
They needed a dishwasher to help out. So I did it one night, ended up getting a bunch of hours the next week. And then as I was doing dishes, I just saw what they were doing cooking, like even just the prep work and the minutia of it. And it was really, real cool to me. Yeah. So I would catch up on my dishes and I would go and just, help out with prep work, do whatever I could. Yeah. Eventually I started going up on the line. So, I don't know, I hit 18. I was working like full time as the dishwasher.
Damn, where was this at?
Westwood Country Club.
Oh, okay.
I have a whole host of friends who star there. I mean, half of my high school buddies all worked there. It was ridiculous.
Nice.
That is also where I ran into JJ and Kevin Richert.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Their father was delivering bread for Kaufman's there, and he wanted to get him a job. JJ gravitated right towards the kitchen. He was supposed to be a busboy for a little while, but that wasn't working.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a pretty good staff there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good farm team.
Yeah.
We talk about that on some nights, how like they put out some pretty good cooks from that place.
Yeah. It's like an Oliver's almost, like with sending people out.
Yeah, one after another.
Yeah. So, I mean, so just like sitting there and watching the actual work was interesting, or were you like involved with like the actual...
No, just watching the work was interesting.
Oh, okay.
The lifestyle, that started to get interesting too to me, where I would see him just getting crushed, Fridays and Saturdays, and you're just so busy. Yeah. And at the end of it, there's beer. It was like, to me, that was like the organized chaos of it, and then just clean it up and you're done. Yeah. It just looked, I've always enjoyed like hard work. If I wasn't doing this, I'd be, probably working for Tonawanda Highway still or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it really interested me. Plus the fact that you were around good food.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're producing good food, you're around good food.
Yeah.
And so that was pretty much it. I just started buying cookbooks and devouring them. Just I've got shelves and shelves at home.
Yeah, I read Krista wrote like a little profile of you that you're like completely self-taught.
Yeah.
So you didn't go to like culinary any of that stuff?
No, I went to the Culinary Institute for like a 3-day thing the country club sent me. They used to have money
nice.
they'd set aside, but they did it for like buffet presentations.
Oh,
so basically I picked up a bunch of stuff and they spent this money on stuff the food and beverage guy should have known anyway.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, was that ever like an option, or did you just figure like you'd bear your way through it?
it could have been. It just said like every time I would go and want to do something else or maybe go back to school, a raise would come. You know, and it wasn't significant, but at the time you're making nothing and you're like, a little more money and then I'll just work a little harder and you know, maybe steps will come. And I've always been more tactile anyway, more hands-on than sitting in a classroom, which I guess it's not technically when you're going to culinary.
Yeah, well, I guess it depends on which one. I've heard some of them are pretty classroom-oriented, and then some of the other ones are more hands-on, I guess. But.
I mean, I don't recommend doing it my way. It's always nice, because especially then you get the college experience, which I never had other than visiting some buddies here and there.
The dorm room. And
yeah. You know, you don't get to live dirty like that, ramen noodles all the time. I was eating real food.
Yeah.
I mean, it was spent time there, and then after bringing a bunch of chefs, they finally made me the chef.
Oh wow, okay. So you worked your way all the way up to the exec.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then after about 3 years, I was like, I'm not too old yet, and I want to get out of here just walking around with a clipboard.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to get back into cooking just because I could still do it. So Lombardo's needed somebody, and I hopped over.
So just
at the time, it was the sous chef job. With Crystal Body.
Okay, but just the two places though. That's pretty.
It. Yeah,
that's kind of unrare, or not rare, or it is rare. It's unrare. It's I mean, a lot of the people we've had here, they've kind of jumped around and figured out where they're going.
I don't have much to go on. You know.
Yeah.
My wits and what I've learned through books. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. I mean, was there a part of the country club lifestyle cooking that appealed to you as opposed, or
no, it was just kind of where I
ready?
started.
Yeah,
and then from there it was just more responsibility, more money, and I just kind of swallowed it up and figured, eventually I'll be a chef somewhere or have my own restaurant. Yeah, but at the time it was just working and getting myself to a higher level. Yeah. But I mean, there wasn't anything about it. So when you left, like that, you were like, I kind of want to cook for the public. Like, was that? Yeah, that was big time. Yeah. I mean, like scoops of tuna and buffets and banquets really aren't my style. No. It's not how I like to eat. It's not what I like to cook.
I can't imagine
stuff hanging out in alto shams, like with parsley down the middle. That's just lame shit to me. I mean, it is. It's a purpose. Everybody has to do it. But I mean, if I have a preference, I'm gonna cook off a line.
Yeah, I think like James Roberts is one of the few people who does like the country club thing where he gets to go off there. Yeah, he kind of gets to do.
I check his pictures on Facebook all the time, man. He's awesome.
Yeah,
he's doing some nut shit.
I think Krista told me about him, and I was like, okay, it's a country club chef. Like, I'm sure he's great. And then like I was like, oh wait, like he's like aging, curing meats and like all this weird stuff.
And
like,
I think he first came there when I first took over at Westwood.
Yeah,
and there was a lot of talk about it, like from our membership. They were like you got to check out the chef over Park. So like the Park members were bringing all of our like country club members over there. Like, why can't we be doing this kind of stuff over here? All I want is well done hamburgers and Caesar salads. It wasn't like.
Yeah. Is there certain limitations that you can get away with at a country club?
Just in the one that I was. I mean, not just in the one, but a lot of them.
I mean, that's kind of the general consensus that I've gathered.
It sounds like he's got a great situation there.
I think they let him play with his toys and whatnot.
Good for them.
Yeah. So I mean, how was the was there even like a big transition from going to like being like more of a private chef than to like a public chef, I guess you could say?
Just the hours were a little later.
Yeah.
That was about it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all relatively the same. You know? Everybody's a character. The humor's always the same.
Yeah. Yeah. Was there anything about like Lombardo's itself that like kind of drew you? Because I'm assuming you're probably looking at various places.
Well, to be honest, it was just I had started talking to Chris, who was the chef there at the time, and just through hanging out at Torches with like JJ and Chris Daigle and stuff, hanging around all these guys, me and him just kind of hit it off, and it just happened that he needed somebody to take over the sous chef, and it seemed like we were going to work really well together.
Nice.
I liked what he was doing, and it seemed like it was going to be a good fit.
Yeah. Do you have like an affinity towards Italian food or?
Never thought I did. I mean, to be honest, I didn't really have much Italian experience until I started.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Ask me anything.
Has that just been like just balls out research and
like it's just how I attack it though.
Yeah.
I want to be better than the person next to me.
Yeah.
So if there's other Italian restaurants that are on the block, I got to be better than those Italian restaurants.
There are a couple on Hurdle.
Yeah. There's also a couple not on Hurdle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, it's that kind of mentality that just kind of leads me to try and learn more, to have to know more.
Oh yeah.
I don't like not knowing things. If somebody asks me a question, one of my cooks asks me a question, and I don't know the answer, it kind of makes me feel like I'm letting them down, even though.
Yeah. Is that so? Is that
they
like,
could just as easily look at one of my books on the shelf and find out?
So is that when you go home and immediately like Google?
Yes. Yeah. I run right over the shelf. I keep it. It's like right off the line, right in the back of the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if I can't find the answer there, then
nice.
I go right home and immediately. A lot of times we'll be on the phone. I'll Google search things on the phone, standing right on the line.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Like what I meant to say.
Yeah. I'll hide it. Look away.
Hey, remember when you asked me that thing 5 minutes ago?
I remember now.
So how long were you as the sous before you moved up to the exec?
A couple years.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a couple years, and then eventually situation came where Tom wanted me to take over, and grabbed it.
Nice.
And here we go.
How long have you been the exec?
2.5 years.
Nice.
Yeah. It's
Very
been
nice.
fun, man. He's a great guy to work for.
Yeah.
He just, as long as my numbers are coming in right and we've got asses in seats, he's happy.
Yeah.
And right now he's happy.
It was packed when I went there,
Yeah.
man. It was a good crowd.
Yeah. This month's kind of slow though too.
Well,
Weekends we hold it down, but yeah, during the week it's like you go from December just getting crushed all week, every day, to standing around looking at each other. And that's the time when it's time to start like curing more things and pickling more things.
Yeah, playing
around with the stuff that we couldn't do.
Yeah.
When we were busier.
Yeah, and so when we took over the exec role, did you want to tweak things with the menu, or have you made it your own over the last 2.5 years?
But there are also a lot of things on the menu too that you just
always
they're going to be there. Yeah, like a lot of the pastas, I'll turn them over seasonally.
Yeah.
Same thing with like the meats.
Yeah.
And even into the antipasti. But there are some things in every single category on our menu that it ain't going anywhere. The recipes were there when Tom bought the building.
I mean, it's not even so for anyone who hasn't been there. It's not like a red sauce Italian joint at all.
No, it's regional, real Italian food.
Yeah, I mean
which actually sometimes gets us nailed as not being Italian at all.
Oh, really?
Some people come in and be like, "Where's the lasagna?" Don't have lasagna tonight. That's not an Italian thing, but we're just not. Yeah, we're not a standard red sauce joint like that.
Yeah, because I mean, I think a lot of Buffalonians, when they think of Italian, like they just go straight to like chefs and all that kind of stuff. Like they don't. Not a lot of them understand the Lombardos or the Trattoria Romas or things like that.
And also, for the record, we have a bad reputation for being overpriced.
Oh yeah,
which could not be.
No way, man. I had like a 5-course meal, man. It was pretty affordable.
Yeah, you can walk out full on a pretty decent dollar.
Yeah. I was all about it.
Of course, we can also get you for a big one if you want, but that's completely up to you. Ball's in your court once you walk in the door.
Yeah, no, I thought it was pretty good. But I didn't know what to expect, so I kind of half thought like, okay, I might see some chicken parm on the menu, I might see some, but no, it was all straight up.
Well, that's it. Like we do have the two staples, like the marsala, veal marsala, and we have the continental, which is a veal franchise and some shrimp scampi. Mm-hmm. And as old school as it is, it's still the best one you're gonna find. Yeah, it really is. Yeah. I'll stand behind it.
I love that. I love that. Like, I found that with the best chefs that I've visited, there's a certain attitude where it's like, I'm making the best food that in the city.
You have to believe that, even if you're not.
Yeah.
Even if you're a total hack, you got to have the belief that you're good.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it comes through in the food, and then probably in your staff too, to know that. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a good crew on. That's huge.
Yeah. So how is that like? I mean, going through the years, you kind of become more of like this like mentor role and things like that. Like,
until you said that right now, I didn't even think about being a mentor. like being an example for my cooks is kind of nothing I've really. Yeah. I don't know. We just kind of work. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they do what they do and they ask questions when they do, but. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess mentoring is all part of teaching. I got one guy who asked questions. To the point where I was like, Jesus, stop asking questions. But he really wants to know. He's like me, but he started much later. He went to school for, forgive me, Greg, I'm going to say architecture. But he went to school for something completely he was just washing dishes and he was looking over at us like, this looks pretty decent. When he got public planning, that's what he was doing. When he got out, he couldn't find a job, and he was like, well, you guys need somebody still? Because we had offered up a job before I left.
Yeah.
And, so I've got him, and then my sous chef, he never was formally trained either.
Wow.
Like our new salad guy, he's 19 years old.
Yeah.
Same way. He's
not
going to end up going to school, which I try to encourage him to go to school.
I was going to ask you, do you prefer kids that go to school, or do you prefer the raw kids?
To be honest, I just want one that works.
Okay.
I don't care. As long as they ask questions and do it how I want it done.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
If they know nothing. A lot of times I guess it'd be easier just to teach somebody who doesn't have an opinion already.
Yeah.
On what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Especially because...
because the big thing is, all these kids are going to culinary school, and they, think, in 4 years I'm going to be running my own restaurant. I feel like there's maybe a little bit of cockiness that comes from a kid who maybe went to school as opposed to one who's... I don't know.
I haven't come across that.
Oh, no?
I really... And it's not a habit of mine. It's just how the hires have been when I've been in that situation.
Yeah.
It's just... This candidate looked pretty good, and,
Yeah.
Just seemed to get along. And clicking is a huge thing, too.
Yeah.
It's like that whole hockey line thing.
Oh, yeah.
You need everybody to get together, and can make a lot of difference.
What kind of kitchen do you run? Is it pretty loose, or?
It's pretty loose.
Yeah.
I try and keep it light when I can.
Yeah.
Obviously, so I mean, it kind of makes more of an impact when I have to be an asshole.
Yeah. When
I'm all the time, joking, kind of lighthearted about things and pretty easygoing.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it gets my point across better. I've never been much of a yeller or a screamer.
Yeah,
I'm so sarcastic. I just shame people into doing the right thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but it's we still listen to the radio. There's a lot of rock and roll.
Nice.
Yeah, punk rock.
Nice.
A lot of cheesy 80s too.
A lot of cheesy.
You've
80s?
never seen 5 grown men listening and singing out loud to a Foreigner. Friday night, you're in between you've pushed out your first seating.
Yeah.
You're waiting about 10 minutes before everybody gets everything loaded up and the servers get, the tables are reloaded and shooting the orders back in. A bunch of grown men singing love songs. It's just so...
all tattooed
It's
out
just stupid. Yeah. But, I guess we
with
have
sharp
fun.
knives.
But that's the kind of kitchen we have.
That sounds like a pretty fun kitchen.
We're real diverse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
well, by diverse, we're all white guys, but we're all different looking white guys. That's for sure.
I guess that's a type of diversity.
Yeah. Try and keep
awesome.
Italians off the staff as much as possible, though.
Oh, really?
No.
I was going to say that'd be amazing. Everyone has their grandma's recipe or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was shocked too. When I went, you guys have a pretty good cocktail thing going too. That's definitely become a big thing in Buffalo, but I didn't know that it had made its way.
Yeah, that's Tom's son. Call him Junior. He's not actually a junior, but he spent some time in New York, and he has a real huge interest into making really nice cocktails.
Nice.
So if he comes back, he's always experimenting and having us taste at 1:00 in the afternoon. And,
it's a good life.
But yeah, he really tries hard at it. He's put up some good ones.
Yeah. I had some type of bacon was in.
Oh, the honey pig.
The honey pig. Yes.
Yeah. He uses. Well, we make our own bacon. We try and do a lot of the charcuterie that we do ourselves.
Okay.
Our pancetta, guanciale, a lot of the stuff that we use, we end up doing in house. But when we render it off, we'll hold on to the bacon or the fat. He runs the bourbon through it and lets it soak overnight, and it infuses itself real nicely.
Damn.
Yeah.
So one of the other things I read is that you one of your big things is that as much as possible is made from scratch. Is that
yes.
correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Is that just something that you've always felt, or
yeah, it's something I've always felt. And, even if I don't have even if I can't make it myself, I'm still trying in the Italian sense, I guess, to source whatever's best. We try and do things like you try and get some local stuff.
Yeah,
we can. But at the end of the day, it's a busy restaurant, and I got to make sure that I'm getting the best of everything.
Yeah.
That's just how the place works.
Yeah.
Plus my menu and the way the clientele is. A lot of times I can't, so things just got to be, gotten from Colorado or from Italy or.
Yeah. But I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
But as much as I can, yeah. We've always got projects hanging out in the cooler, wrapped up,
really?
looking like, looking like
work in progress?
meat marionettes just hanging off of our Metro racks.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is that just?
But that's half the fun of it too.
Oh yeah.
Like we make, like I said, the guanciale, the bacon, pancetta. We got some pork pastrami, pork tenderloin pastrami. That like we use them on our antipasto platters, on our charcuterie boards.
Yeah.
But we've made Italian sausage, which was decent in the past.
Yeah.
But across the street, their sausage is the best. Johnny's
Johnny's
their
meats,
sausage just unbelievable.
Yeah.
So why go through the effort of making one that's pretty decent when the best one in the area is across the street?
Yeah, you could just walk across.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, when I read that, it kind of made sense because like a lot of the food that we had, it was like, okay, this.
Yeah, the pastas especially.
Yeah.
And we do use hard ones, but the hard ones that we use, we're not even like using Barilla. This stuff's it's like $16 a pound. No, Barilla's good.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like but the ones that we get are just outrageously expensive. They take like 17 minutes to cook. They really are worth it though. They hold their al dente quite a long time.
Is that a hard sell for the boss to justify?
No. No, he's all about quality too.
Okay,
he
good.
really is. Yeah.
So you're like, why are we importing these?
Oh, if he had a problem, he'd be right downstairs telling me about it. Yeah.
Does the menu also? Is it more of like a seasonal menu too, where you try to change it?
We try to. Yeah. I'm getting kind of tired of like braising things, and even though they're delicious, it's nice. I want spring, dude. I want favas.
Yeah, I saw your
want
Facebook
ramps.
status.
Yeah, man, I'm done with winter food. I'm so done. It's I
could see somebody getting burned out if you're making 50 orders of one thing every night or something like that.
Well, that's the thing. It's delicious. Like, I mean, our oxtails are it's really rich. It's delicious, but I don't know. I'm just I'm tired of them burning me. They always splatter in the pans. I'm just it's like the first thing you got to do. So I'm always the first one there, pretty much. Other than my prep guy, dessert guy, who's in the mornings.
Yeah.
So before everything gets on, we got pans. I'm lining them up across and then browning all these things off, and they're just so fatty and splattery and just. I'm tired of getting hurt, man.
Do you still like being in the kitchen every day?
Yeah, I do.
You don't see yourself as being the guy who just watches and critiques from afar?
I mean, I think on a busier night like Saturdays and stuff like that, I could step back and take a look at things and be comfortable with that. But yeah, other than the fact that my back hurts because I'm fat, it's really not a. It's not a matter of me just being tired of doing it. It's stuff I've done to myself.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I enjoy it, and I don't know. I should be able to keep it up for a little while longer.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, when we had Mike Andrzejewski, he said that he still likes to be in the kitchen. He just doesn't want to cook everything in the kitchen. Like he likes to pick and choose when he goes in there.
No, you can't. I imagine, especially in his situation, it's
I mean,
a little
also
tough
3
for him.
restaurants.
Yeah.
I don't think he can be 3 places. But
right.
But I mean, I feel like that's probably in every chef is they want to cook. At least sometimes.
You do.
Just maybe not every single thing.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. I don't do any like expediting or stepping back, looking out the plates. We're starting to get to the point where we're going to probably start doing that on busier nights.
Yeah.
Stand back and watch the whole kitchen, go out and work the floor.
Yeah. Do you like to go out there and talk to the customers?
Yeah, I do. Even if it's negative.
Yeah?
Yeah. You got to take the good with the bad. You really do.
Have you had somebody come in your restaurant and tell you something to your face negative?
Never to my face.
I was going to say.
Never to my face. I've heard plenty of bullshit, not to my face.
We all know what Yelp is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Servers come back. Apparently everybody on the planet had like dishwater as soup at one point. That seems to be like the standard reference. Just like dishwater.
Yeah. Yeah,
you hear a lot of fun stuff that I don't think they would repeat in front of you. But I'm not going to go out there and call them on it. At the end of the day, we want them back.
You're not going to go out there with your knife and your rolled ups with your tattoo.
I keep a pair of brass knuckles in the back on my shelf, like in my pants, just to menace people.
Do you really?
I actually do. That's a true story. If you look in, actually for the Nickel City Chef picture, that they have of me, that was used in the Buffalo Spree article that Krista did.
Yeah.
If you look kind of closely, my hand that's holding the door actually has them on.
Oh my God!
My grandmother, when she first saw it, she was like, "Michael, why are you wearing rings on all your fingers?" I don't know, Grandma. I like a lot of rings. I don't want to explain to her that they're brass knuckles for menacing people.
Yeah, that would just.
I've never used them.
Yeah, they're just for show.
They're just for show.
That's fantastic. I feel like that would get the cooks in line as well.
Yeah, well, they know I'm not going to hit them, so. Like I said, that's more sarcasm I got to use for them.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. It kind of like replaces the whole like having the bat behind the bar thing.
Yeah. You just throw them on, you put your hand in, and then you just tap your fingers, like just drum them on the stainless steel. Get your point across.
So, speaking of the Nickel City chef, how did that come to be? I know you're competing. So when this goes up, you're competing the following Sunday. So this is going to go on Tuesday. You'll be competing Sunday. No,
it's not this Sunday.
No, well, no. When this goes up.
Oh, okay. When this goes up.
I didn't want to give you.
I got to go to New York for a weekend first, and then. Jesus.
Yeah, but so when people are listening to this, it'll be a couple days away. How did you get involved with the competition?
I was actually I was trying to fill it out at Torch's Bar, an application like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And as it turns out, we had just had too much to drink, I guess, because it never ended up making it through. And this is when Chris was the chef at Lombardo's and I was the sous chef. So we were like, oh, this would be cool. So then I get my cheese through a very wonderful, beautiful lady, Michelle Stevens.
Okay, yeah, I met Michelle.
All right, Buffalo Cheese Trader she owns.
Yeah.
And so she was hounding me last year. You need to get your ass in there. And I wasn't like ducking or like trying not to. I just cannot technologically figure anything out. Emails won't work. I thought I was cursed on this thing. Like nothing I did was like sending it through. So she got on me again this year, and Chris had sent me an email, and like, are you getting, why don't you fill one out? Like I'm just so stupid about this kind of stuff. So I did, and I guess they chose me to.
Nice. And so you're going against JJ, who
JJ and Kevin Richert. Yeah, so we've known each other a long ass time.
Yeah.
And then I took my little brother, who's the sous chef at Lancaster Country Club, as my sous chef. He used to work there too.
Oh, okay.
When he was younger.
Wow.
So it's going to be, should be some fun if anything.
So it's going to be a friendly rivalry.
We'll see what happens.
Or is there going to be some?
It's going to start friendly for sure. No, it'll be friendly.
Yeah.
They're competitive. We're competitive.
Yeah. Yeah. So
it'll be all good. They're going to get a good show.
Oh God, way.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're kind of thing, I guess you could say, is they're pretty big showmen. Like when I watched them,
big showman.
When I watched them compete against Chris from Lloyd, they had that like 30-pound lobster that they were like holding. He was holding over his head and stuff like that. Like they definitely like the
I
show.
gotta do some research. I know nothing about this stuff.
Yeah, have you seen?
I haven't seen one. I haven't gone to one. And I just.
Because you're also the first one, so you kind of at a little bit of a disadvantage that you can't.
Well, the way I look at it too, though, is that I can't worry about him. I can't worry about anything else other than doing what got me into this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If I try and change something that I've been doing, which was originally why I'm actually in this situation, it'd just be stupid on my part.
Yeah,
like, I'm not going to, even though I might be able to make some delicious tacos. I'm not going with it. I got a feeling people want to see me make pasta, and they're probably going to see me make pasta.
I was going to say, like, do you feel like I was going to ask you how you felt about the Italian cuisine? If that thought like that was where you're not your comfort zone, but like you're solid with Italian, like you can make.
Oh,
Italian.
At this point, it's my comfort zone.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's like, if I'm at home. Right now, I'm trying to teach the baby how to make pasta. And
how old's the baby?
Actually, she's 2.5. I had her rolling cavatelli a little while back, so that was pretty fun. But that's pretty easy. You got a machine to do it. Plus, it's like Play-Doh. She just gets to roll the little dolls back and forth,
Yeah.
But
that's cute.
Yeah, I mean, it's my thing now. And it's funny because I never really thought it was. I used to be like really into like more Asian flavors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I like everything. Mm-hmm. If you find a chef that doesn't like everything, chances are they're terrible anyway.
Yeah.
I never would have thought that I would have been,
Italian?
as comfortable or as in a zone with Italian food as I am.
Yeah.
So.
Have you yourself ever been to Italy or anything like that, or do you feel like you have an urge to like?
I'd love to. I wanted to go for my honeymoon.
Yeah.
A while back, but we went to Hawaii instead. That was cool.
Yeah, that's not.
But yeah, I really wanted to go to Italy. I don't know. It's as time goes by now, and probably have another kid or something like that. Yeah. Time just gets shorter and shorter.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Yeah.
So
I'd like to eventually make it there, but
I didn't know if
that's what retirement's for, I suppose, huh?
Exactly right. I didn't know like if it's grown on you in the last 5 years. Like now you have a connection to Italian food.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now looking at it after getting so engrossed in it, I don't think there's anything I'd rather do.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if in the future there was like a little bar thing, I could do something like that with different food. But in a big restaurant situation, Italian's definitely for me.
And so we've had a lot of people down here, and we've kind of talked about how Buffalo's food scene has changed over the last 4 years or so. And I think like a lot of people are more adventurous eaters and trying different things. Have you noticed, like with your clientele, like that you can put things on the menu now that maybe you couldn't have before?
Yeah, absolutely. Organ meats are getting a little more popular.
The offal.
Yeah, the offal. We actually had some tripe a couple weeks ago because I was in the mood for it, basically.
Nice.
But we sold out the case that we got in, and I was pleasantly surprised by that.
That's awesome.
Because I think the last time we did it was like over a year ago, and had to feed it to employees. My dog may have had some. I'm not really sure. Yeah. But I mean, we've even had now like stuff like pig's ears in. Just frying those up and serving them with aioli and pickled vegetables and stuff like that, and those went over pretty well. So I think people are definitely a lot more open. Yeah. It's I guess a more savvy clientele. Yeah,
I mean that's cool that you're taking not advantage of it, but capitalizing on people who want to try something different.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
just a good feeling like that, though. Like to do something that's a little bit offbeat. Yeah, that something is over years has not been traditionally or popular. Yeah, yeah. Having somebody enjoy that and like really get into it is just it makes you smile. It's
I feel good about like Buffalo's food scene. Like it seems like that. I know with the rise of foodie culture and all that stuff, that there's some good in that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Besides the pretentious foodie people, but which I'm obviously included.
You can smell them a mile away.
You can.
That's how I found your house.
You can smell me taking Instagram pictures of the food at your restaurant.
It's the only reason I knew you were there.
Oh man, me and my wife 4 years ago when we started, and we would take pictures in restaurants of our food. Like immediately, people would be looking at us like, "What are they doing?" And like now, it's like we just blend in. Yeah, like, everyone's taking pictures of their food.
That's funny. Like I don't do it. Me and young Tommy went to New York last. What was it? Maybe in September.
Nice.
I forget, but Mr. Lombardo just sent us and go. Just eat at a bunch of places.
Like R&D type of
yeah,
type
absolutely.
Of
so
nice.
we just started hammering food. We're going to be doing it again next weekend. So that'll be all over Facebook again, like pictures. But I don't take the pictures, so he's just taking pictures of my fat ass eating. So it looks like I just did all the eating, like cheese courses. It's just like me smiling, and but yeah. So he'll be there taking all the pictures of all the stuff, and I'm just like, it's not that I'm against it. I'm perfectly fine, but I don't know. I just want to sit there and eat and enjoy myself.
You don't want to wait.
Oh yeah.
That's the one thing is like me and my wife will go out and I'll have to get like the right picture and she's just sitting there like, can I eat it now, please? Can I please eat this? And I'm like, wait, the lighting.
Hold on.
The lighting's wrong. Yeah. Yeah, it's embarrassing. Do you have like any places you're going to in New York already lined up? Or
yeah, we're going, Parm.
Okay.
We're going to go there for lunch on Sunday when we get there. I forget the name of the place we're going for dinner. I guess it's pretty good. And then the next day on Monday we go to Del Posto for lunch.
Oh, nice.
Frankie Spuntino, I think we're going to go just for a little afternoon snack.
So a lot of Italian.
Yeah. Hey, it's R&D. Last time I went to Momofuku.
That's a little harder
but I just got takeout. Well, that was different. That was like for my buddy. I've got a couple friends that live right in East Village there. So they were, we wanted to go home after drinking at his bar for the majority of the afternoon. Figured noodles is a good way to soup it up.
Oh God, yeah. That's my favorite hangover remedy of all time.
Yeah,
or like a big bowl of pho at like 99 or something.
Broth and noodles is huge to me. Huge, spicy as hell too.
Yeah. There's some kimchi in there. So I guess we could kind of wrap it up. What are your goals for the rest of the year and going forward with Lombardo's and things like that? Is there some things you'd like to see the restaurant do or add or?
No, not really. I mean, right now we're just changing up like logo. We're just trying to make things look a little more modern, clean.
Okay. Yeah.
And they're going to be doing some renovations in the front room.
Oh, nice.
Again, like kind of just updating a little bit. But other than that, just keep walking or keep knocking down walls and have people try new stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just going to keep walking the line that we're doing. I mean, you don't want to stay stagnant, but at the same time, we're starting to, I think, get a pretty good pretty good head of steam.
Yeah.
Coming into summertime.
Yeah.
So I guess just hopefully be a little more successful than last year. Hopefully be a little lighter.
Yeah. Good luck to you.
That's all. Yeah, thanks. I'm going to need it.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like the Nicholson chef. That's probably like a pretty intense workout in itself. Watching people run around.
God, I hope not. I'll start running tomorrow just for that.
I guess
just to be in shape.
I've seen some like when I watched JJ and Kevin, like JJ was running around that kitchen.
Yeah.
So I guess it depends on the situation and your style.
So I guess it's a different kind of training.
Nice. Well, best of luck in that competition. I look forward to watching you compete. And thanks for coming down here, man. This is fun.
My pleasure.
To talk to you.
I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah.